Hello friends, welcome to today's video. We are going to be chatting about all of November and October's empties. There is quite a few items in here, so I'm really excited to get started and dive in. It's my favorite part, is just being able to throw this shit out. So yeah, if you're new here, my name is Megan. Welcome. I am currently in the middle of 31 days of content. It's what I'm doing here on my channel in December. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. Also, don't forget to ring the bell just so that you don't miss any of these uploads. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video. This is going to be random. I'm quite literally going to just pull into the bag, grab something, and then we're going to chat about it. The first thing I see here on top is the Chi 44 Iron Guard. I use this all the time for a heat protectant. Well, I don't want to say all the time because I don't use a lot of heat on my hair, but when I do, this is always what I use. This is probably my third or fourth empty of this, and I had a replacement ready to go. I just feel like it does such a nice job. I really love it. I think they have a lot of really great hair care items. Next up is the LMS Mayfair number 9 candle. I really love this. You might know or might recognize it if you've seen it in the back of a lot of my videos. This scent was very like herbal, refreshing, that kind of vibe. Sorry, I'm like battling bronchitis right now. So it was like that kind of vibe. I will say it didn't burn the prettiest or the best. It had a really nice scent throw, which I really enjoy. And I was able to burn it almost all down around the edges there. The only thing was that I just felt like it didn't like burn well. Like it didn't necessarily tunnel, but it definitely kind of went to the one side. I did feel like I got a lot of time out of this one as well, which is really good. And I just think the packaging is so pretty and chic. I might repurpose it, to be honest, so I'm not going to throw that one away yet. Next up, we have the Milani Fruit Fetish Cherry Lime Lip Oil. Obsessed. I already have a replacement in my collection. This was so good. Has a really big doe foot, which I really like. I enjoyed the scent. I loved that the color red had a really nice tint on my lips and just make them look a little bit juicier. It was also very hydrating, nourishing on the lips. Definitely one of my favorite lip oils, and it's super, super affordable. So that is a bonus as well. The next empty is from LMS. It's their Superfood Kefir Tea Mist. This is a priming and a hydrating facial mist. The component is really pretty. I love the coloring on this. The mister was really nice, really fine. However, that's not like the kind of product that I typically would use. So I use this as a toner and I enjoyed it that way. I don't think it's something I'll go out of my way to repurchase, but I enjoyed it. The next product that I loved from LMS as well is the Superfood Fruit Vinegar Liquid Glow Radiance Facial Toner. And I was really worried about this because I was like, oh, vinegar. But you couldn't smell the vinegar at all. I love the component. You literally just, and squeeze and stuff comes out. I actually have already repurposed this. That's why I put the green one in here. And I'm going to keep this component because I love that aspect of it so much that I'm going to put my other toners in here as well. But this is definitely something I could see myself picking up again in the future. I did feel like it gave my skin that nice, hydrated, plump look. Glowy, really, really good one. Next, I have another bronzer empty, which if you've already seen my Project Pan update for November, then some of these items might be repeats, but I was able to empty the Pale Wear bronzer in my Alamar Trio, so the lightest shade. I've emptied both of these. I will be decluttering this portion. As a bronzer, this was really nice. I used it a lot, obviously, and I really enjoyed it. Blended out really well. The tone looked really great on me. Didn't have any issues with it or anything like that. I mostly just don't think I'll repurchase because it would bother me to buy something when I full well know I'm never going to use this portion of it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But that was a super exciting empty this month. I also emptied the Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Rose Gold Eye Mask. Came with 6 pairs in it. I did have this for a while because I'm not someone that does eye mask often. I just do it like here and there on the weekends when I'm feeling like a little extra fancy. But I do really like these. They were cooling. They were gentle. They're really pretty. They look like foiled pink, like so gorgeous. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, and I could just rub it into my skin afterward and it didn't cause any like pilling or anything like that. So these are really good ones and they're ones that I'll repurchase. Next up, we have a dry shampoo. It is the Redken Deep Clean Dry Shampoo. This is literally my holy grail. It is so good. It claims to refresh maximum oil absorption. And that is so true. This is like stupid expensive, but it is good. So what I usually do is I have this one in my collection along with another one. And then like when I really need like a whole hair revamp, but I don't have time or I don't want to wash my hair, this, the best dry shampoo I have ever tried. And then I just keep the other one around for like general maintenance, but this is phenomenal. Almost feels like Christmas. Like this is my form of an advent calendar reaching in to see what I'm gonna pull out of my empties bag. So the next product is from Merit and it is their complexion stick. This one's in the shade Linen. I was able to empty this, which is really exciting as well. It was a good shade for me. I felt like it might have been leaning a little too light for me this time of year. But I was very determined to finish it up. I don't think I'll repurchase this one just because if I'm going to use a stick cream foundation, I prefer the Huda one. So probably won't repurchase this, but it was enjoyable and I loved it while I had it. Next up, we have another makeup product. We have the Gloss Shot from Kaja. This one's in the shade Milk Tea. This formulation is so good, you guys. It is probably the most hydrating, comfortable gloss I've ever used on my lips. It's not overly like sticky or thick. If I could just describe like the perfect gloss formula, this. I wish it was a little bit longer lasting, but I think the fact that, you know, it brings so much hydration to the lips and shine that I'm willing to like look past it. I do have another one in my collection that I'm using right now, and then I have a backup ready to go. These are ones that I would definitely highly recommend. Next up, I have the Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is my favorite. I've literally been buying this for like 3 years. Super affordable. It's quite literally $6. Really gentle on my skin, hydrating, no fragrance. Knock out of the park. Like I literally love this. I cannot highly recommend it enough. Definitely a staple that I always return back to. Speaking of Good Molecules, I also was able to empty their Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel. I really enjoy this as well. Again, it's no fragrance. By the way, these are glass bottles, so they feel really luxe, even though the price tag is affordable. I think this is like maybe $15. I don't even know if it's that much. Comes with a nice pump. And I really like this because, like I said, no fragrance, really gentle on the skin. I use this as my double cleanse. The only thing that I don't like about this is typically you would get about from the label down. You can't get it out in the pump, so I keep it loose and then I have to dump it out and smack it into my hand. It's kind of just a little bit of an inconvenience, but, you know, I just wanted to mention that. The product itself, though, is really good. We have another skincare item, and it is the Fresh Tea Elixir Skin Resilience Activating Serum. I really like this. Like, I really did enjoy it, but like this 30 milliliter or 1 ounce thing is like almost $70, I think. It is absolutely crazy. I cannot even justify it on sale. Like, I don't know where they got the price point from, or where that, like, how they thought that it was even relevant. Like, but yeah, if you got money to spend, you don't mind spending that kind of cash on a, you know, product that's only going to last you approximately 30 days, then this is one that I do highly recommend. I really loved it. I just cannot afford to have this in my daily skincare routine. This is one that I can maybe see in, like, you know, 5 or 6 months, maybe treating myself to another bottle of it because I did enjoy it, but definitely not one that I would be able to afford to keep in my daily routine, unfortunately. Next up, we had a lot of good molecules empties over the last 2 months. I emptied my silicone-free priming moisturizer. I do really enjoy this. I use it pretty much daily as my last step in my skincare routine. My makeup lies really great over it. I love that it's silicone-free, but still gives you a nice base to start with. Hydrating, but not so much that it's making me oily. It's a really great in-between product, and I enjoy it. This is another one that I quite literally always have in my collection ready to go. It's also like $12 or $13. Like, this whole brand is super affordable, which is just woo. Okay, I have some samples here, which you might really not be interested in, but I'm going to talk about them because I said I really wanted to use up some samples. And over the last 2 months, I have done, I'm really proud of what I've done. I've done a great job of getting some samples used up, which I just think is, you know. The first one was the HD Skin Foundation from Makeup Forever. I used this sample completely up. They give you good samples, like the ones that come in this kind of packaging. The ones that come in like the flat swatched out stuff, you can't do anything with those. You can swatch them and that's pretty much it. But this is a nice sample card to where you get enough product to actually, you know, wear it on the face and do a full day wear test and see what you like, etc. I like the HD Skin Foundation. I have a bottle of it, but I got the sample and I wanted to use it, so I was able to use that up. The next one is the RMS Beauty Natural Finish Foundation. This claims to be silicone free and is skincare infused, long lasting, medium coverage. I tried this one. It was a really good sample card again. This shade wasn't crazy light on me. I think I'd be more comfortable with something in the middle, but I was able to get 2 full wears out of it because I used this shade and this shade, and I did really enjoy it. It wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put this on my wish list right now, but it was something that I was like, this is a nice foundation. Like, I didn't hate it, so I can maybe see myself trying it. I like the whole fact that it's, you know, refillable, stuff like that. I think that's really neat, but did enjoy that. Now, when I say I had enough of these sample cards to make a small bottle of this foundation, like, I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used up 5 sample cards of the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. And I did, every time I used it, I did the shade 210 and then the shade 325. 210 was a better match for me. I was using 325 when I had a little bit more color. And like I said, I used up 5 of these and I have like 3 or 4 more I still have. And I always get this sample because I love this foundation. So I'm like casually just, you know, using it through getting sample cards instead of buying like a bottle of it. And I thought they discontinued it, but they actually just repackaged it. So that's really neat. The shade 210 is probably the one that I'm going to pick up in full size because I have really enjoyed it. So I keep that on my loves list. Like I said, I think I have, and I can show you guys kind of what they look like in terms of color and tone. I honestly just need a whole section for these sample cards because I keep them in the thing below me and it's really just not a good organizational thing. Yeah, so I have 4 more right now. And then this is the shade that I said is like really good for me. This is the one that's a smidgen warm. But even if I use these up, I will keep these around because I will, you know, get tan again, whatnot, so I can use those. 360 is too deep, and of course 430 is too deep. I mean, I can maybe work that as like a bronzer or something, but I mean, I have other bronzers that I love, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, overall, super happy with the sample progress that I've made, because that's something I'm really just trying to be more mindful of, because my samples were piling up like crazy. I do have a lot still right now, but I'm down like 8, so go team, go team. Next up, oh, this one's a little messy. Ugh. Okay, next up is from Merit, and it is their lip oil, and this one's just the clear one, in the shade Bel Air. Sorry, it's like a messy, sticky situation. This is what it looks like. It's one of those things that I just used up in the morning while I was doing my makeup. I wasn't thoroughly impressed with this. It didn't give my lips a lot of hydration or anything like that. It was super subpar. I wouldn't repurchase it, and I wouldn't recommend it. It's actually like pretty small for the price as well. So yeah, this one's going to be a no for me. Next up, we have the Clinique Take Off the Day Cleansing Balm. This and the LMS one are my favorite. They're my top two. This one's a little bit more affordable. I know it is a more expensive product, but for me, I wear a full beat pretty much every day. So it makes sense for me, and I'm not uncomfortable spending more on a good product that is going to be a great first cleanse to remove my makeup. That is something that I am willing to invest in and cut back in other areas to have a good cleansing balm. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. It does such a beautiful job, not only of taking off your base makeup, but your mascara, your eye makeup, everything. This one does a good job of just getting it all. Next up, I also emptied another Spectral Shine from Phytosurgence. This one is in the shade Mirrored Moonlight. I do have 2 more of these left in my collection. A couple friends sent me theirs that they didn't want, and I was like, hell yeah, brother, because I love them. Send them my way. So yeah, this was an empty, which is really exciting. I had 3 of them, and I was able to empty them all this year. Not just like, I started using them last year, and I was able to empty them this year, but that was really exciting. So yeah, great product. Love it. Gives you a very beautiful lit from within type of glow situation. And then I also emptied the Belief True Cream Aqua Balm. And this was kind of weird because I had a mini of it and I loved it so much that I went out and I bought the full size. I will also say you're not going to get as much product as you think, because I was like, oh, the product is going to whip out into this section too, and you're going to get so much out here. No, it just goes straight down for 1. But 2, this was not nearly as hydrating as I recalled the mini being. It wasn't drying me out, but I definitely didn't feel like my skin was super hydrated. It still felt a little bit thirsty. So this isn't one that I would purchase again, unfortunately. Next up, I emptied a fragrance. This one is from Replica, and it is in the scent Beach Walk. Really loved this. This was one of their smaller ones, and you do get a lot of use out of these sizes. So I think that, you know, they are a good value, and especially if you like a lot of the Replica scents, you can try more of them by having like these little ones around. And that's what I like, having like the scents that I like in these. And then I only really have one scent that I love, and that's the one I got the full size in, which is I think it's called Coffee Break. That is the one I love, love, love. So I have a big one of that, but then I have a few little smaller ones like this, and I like it because, you know, it just gives you a little bit more variety in your collection, trying a little bit more variety of the line. So I like that. Really love this. Always got compliments. Great lasting power. It reminds me of a sophisticated beach, if that makes sense. The vibe is good. Next up, we have a self tanner. This one's from Saint Mort's. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this is the Advanced Pro Formula Spray Tan. It's clear spray tan in a can, the shade medium. quick drying, non-sticky, clear mist. I personally really love this. I picked it up from Ulta and I will buy it again. I really love this brand as a whole for self-tanners. But what I loved about this aerosol one, I mostly used this product for like my back so my partner could just spray my back down. And it made life so much easier. So much easier. And it gave me a really nice, beautiful golden tan. I wasn't orangey looking or anything like that, but highly recommend this one. It's really just does a good job, lasts really well, fades off really nicely, and I just think it comes such in handy, especially for those hard to reach areas, or if you're just feeling lazy and you don't want to get your mid out and everything. I just would use this. Like I think it's really nice, and it's definitely something that I will repurchase. Gosh, that freaking Merit oil literally got over everything, which I know they're empties, but I'm like, I have to touch them again. I also emptied the e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil. Really love this product. If you've been here, you know this is a holy grail. Quite literally $3. I wear the shade Neutral Brown, and it does have a little bit bigger of a like pencil or whatever. It's not like super slim. I wish it was a little bit slimmer, but honestly, like for how I do my brows, it does a really nice job. So love that one, and I will continue to repurchase it. Oh no, I actually think I found the culprit of the issue here. The Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse, and this is their like oil cleanser, and I think that's definitely what's causing the little bit of a mess. This is absolutely terrible. I do not recommend this. Please don't buy this. Super overpriced for one. I was sent this in PR and I was really excited because I thought I was going to love it, but it's not. Once you get it, like, smells good when you pump it out, but once you start rubbing it on your face, it smells disgusting. And it just really does not do that great a job of removing the makeup, especially the eye makeup. Man, it doesn't have shit on mascara. Like, it cannot handle mascara at all. So I did not like that about it. It also was very stinging to the eyes, and I'm not like, you know, have my eyes open when I'm trying to use it. Like, I have my eyes closed, but like it still like managed to seep in and burned. So what I did with this is I just kept it to the side in my bathroom, and I would use it to cleanse swatches off my arms. But as a product on your face, I think you should probably pass. There's way better out there. Oop. All right, next up we have a couple more makeup items. I emptied the Another Bite Beauty mascara. I almost hate emptying these now since it's been discontinued. The brand is no more, so I can't get them again. So like when I empty them, I'm like, no, because it's one less. Don't get me wrong, I definitely did some panic buying, so I have a stash of them left. It's still just, you know, like one less when I empty it. This is just so good, and I have yet to find anything that really like even compares or is on the same level, unfortunately. The next product is from Hourglass. It is their Vanish Concealer, and I had the shade Silk. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was long lasting. It might have been a little bit too creamy for my preference, but I didn't find that it looked bad. It held up, held its own. I actually have a replacement for this. I got it through Octoly. They sent me a full size, so I was really excited about that because I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to repurchase it though, just because the one I really love is the Dior Backstage. So I don't think I would have repurchased this and spent that kind of money on it, but I am happy to have another one in my collection. If that kind of makes sense to you, like that kind of logic, like I wouldn't have bought it, but I'm glad I have another one because I liked it enough to like, I'm excited to use it kind of situation. The other product I emptied was from Belief as well, and this is their like Aqua Bomb lip mask treatment. This is really good. This is the mini size, and it did take me a while to go through it. I have emptied, I think, like 3 of these now, and I could see myself repurchasing them in the future. I really do like the Laneige ones though, because you can also mix those up with like the scent that they come with, which I think is fun. So that's probably why I'll repurchase those over this. But if you want something unscented and really hydrating, this is a really good one. The Belief lip mask. I did enjoy it. I also emptied my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. God dang it. Everything is just so gross from that cleansing oil. That cleansing oil. I had the shade Rose, and I used it as much as I could. That's what's stuck in there. I did scrape into it a little bit to get some out for a look, and I have another replacement of this, so that's that. I'll scrape it out before I throw it away so I can recycle it, but really, really love this formula. This is my favorite shade, which again, it is Rose. It's just a really pretty light pink that looks great on my skin tone. More natural, but juicy. And then it's also really hydrating and shiny. It's beautiful. So I love this one, and I love the shade Clear. I'm currently painting another one right now that I'm not a huge fan of the shade, but I like it. So yeah, but really love this. Highly recommend. And obviously I have repurchased as well. I also had another empty candle, and this one is from Juicy Couture, and the scent is Honeybee, and we had gotten this in one of the Ipsy or Boxy bags, and it smelled so beautiful in the component. And I know this is small, but it did not have a good scent throw. It had nice burn time, but the scent throw was not that good. And if it smelled like it did in the pan, which was delicious, I had planned to pick up a full size, but I'm kind of just on the fence about spending $40 on a candle if the scent throw potentially is, you know, not there. I'm going to get online, look at some reviews, see what people have to say, but yeah, the fragrance is Honeybee, and it smelled so delicious. I just wish the throw would have been a little bit stronger. Okay, we have 3 products left. The first one is the NARS Lippy in the shade Laguna. And this is their like balm type situation. I really love this. It gave you a really beautiful tint. It was fairly hydrating. It's something that I really loved in the summer because I feel like it looked best on me when I had a smidgen of a tan. I don't have a replacement of it, but it's something I could definitely see myself picking up again in the future. It was really nice. I also emptied, this is a sample, and it is the Burberry perfume. The scent is Her. Deluxe. Smells so good. I actually got the full size of it, and I think I can't remember if I have another sample back there or if I already emptied it, but this smells so good. If you can go to a Sephora or an Ulta, they have them at both and smell it. Highly recommend you do because it smells delicious. And then lastly, I had another concealer empty, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer, and I had the shade 4, which is fair. The shade on me was definitely very light. I could get away with it, but I would prefer something just a smidge deeper. I'm more of a skin tone kind of concealer gal, and that's just my preference. As far as the formulation itself, I thought this was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like knock my socks off. I love this concealer. It was just something I was kind of using up. I thought it was pretty meh. It was a little bit glowier than I typically like to have under the eyes. It didn't really like crease or anything. But I could see it having the potential to, just because it is on the creamier side, and I don't set my under eyes. But yeah, I thought this was okay. I'm not gonna go out and like purchase it or anything, and I'm not gonna recommend it because there's just other ones I would recommend over it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was all my empties for October and November. Overall, I think I had a really good couple months of empties. I like to do these because I know I talk about some empties in my project painting videos, but you don't really get to see everything, especially when I'm trying out, you know, like samples and minis of other products and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of nice to just share it in this kind of way as well. If you do enjoy that, if you like that, let me know in the comments or hit the thumbs up button. Either way, I appreciate it. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me on this adventure here in December. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.